Day one done and dusted. Kicked off in Adelaide with a quite brisk morning. We've had amazing community involvement with literally the whole township of Strathalbyn coming out to support us for morning tea, following into Wellington for an amazing lunch on the riverbank. 150 k's later, just over 1,100 metres of climbing, we're in the beautiful little riverside of Meningie. I think everyone's off for a well-earned shower and a pretty fantastic day all round.
We started in Meningie, nice tailwind which increased in intensity for most of the day. Obviously favourable conditions, nice comfortable ride. I think for the group, made good time and finishing Robe, 186 kilometres I think was about the final tally. Since losing my daughter Henley to a brain tumour almost 4 years ago, the support that my wife and I got was the reason that we got into fundraising for cancer charities that do support.
My first go-to charity was always Canteen. I used to do the City to Bay for Canteen going back many, many years ago. I won't tell you how many years ago. I used to come over the finish line and my wife would be standing there with a cigarette. Instead of having a drink, I'd have a cigarette as I got over the finish line after 12 k's. I lost my wife to leukaemia, so that's what's got me into now road rage. Get in there and just do whatever you can. If you can't ride a bike, volunteer, because I've always said it, volunteers make the world go round.
I had this thing to call my own.
My brother-in-law, who is also on the ride, he's got 2 kids, but his daughter, who is now four today, 2 years ago, got diagnosed with leukaemia. And for me, it was a realisation that people need support. I saw the support that family got from different organisations, and I thought, how can we help out? And an opportunity came up to get involved through a guy I knew on road race, and I jumped at it and said, I'd love to contribute and help people out who are doing it, way tougher than we are. And it was a great way to show our support for Matt and Joe. And as I said last night, so far last year and this year to date, it's two of the best weeks of my year, without a doubt. We're heading to the Otways, which is probably the toughest day of the ride after doing 200 k's yesterday. So you get 100 k's of pretty flat riding, and then we climb about almost 2,000 metres just over sort of a 50k period with some pretty steep inclines. In my opinion, it's the best day of the ride because today shows what the ride is all about, and that's support. There'll be people who will climb no worries through the Otways, and there'll be people who really struggle. And just from experience last year, that's when everyone rallies and gets around each other and supports each other through what is a really challenging 50 kilometres. And that's why we're here. We're here to support each other, support people living with cancer. So today's that day, and the scenery itself is absolutely stunning as well, going through the Otways. So best day of the ride in my opinion.
Today we started from Apollo Bay and we rode along one of the most picturesque parts of the world, along Great Ocean Road. Just breathtaking. Going by car, you miss a lot of things. By bike, you see a lot. Just to take it in, it was one of the highlights, and most of us will treasure it quite a long time.
The vibe is amazing. They're like angels. When you're struggling up hills, you've got people that you barely know pushing you up. It's like you've got wings. They're just so supportive and such lovely people.
Look, I think there's challenges in anything you do. I probably think that a lot of the perception is that the challenge is totally physical. I think that it's probably less physical than people realise. I think a majority of this is mental. It's getting up every day, getting amongst a group of people and just moving along and getting on with it.
No matter what your ability, you only have to look at people like Cal just to see where he's come from and where he is now. If that doesn't give you the motivation to do it, I don't think anything will. Just magnificent. I'd definitely do it again.
This week's been great. It's been amazing fun. I've just had a great time.
Camaraderie, mateship, everyone that just wants to help each other, and a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, a few tears.
Everybody here has been touched by cancer in different ways, and so we're all here for the same reason, and I guess we're all here to help each other get through each day so that we can make it to the finish line.
It was just such a great week. The ride itself is the ride. That's obviously an achievement, but there's so much more to it than just a ride. It's a group of people coming together for a common cause, and that cause is to raise some really important funds for people who are struggling. To be able to do that as a team and share some really funny times and to make some really good friends, but also some really emotional times through the week. It's something that I loved.
To have everyone just say, right, we're just going to roll as one good group together, and just that camaraderie and that spirit together is just a true show of support, and that's really what Road Race stands for.